If you're new to this channel, welcome along. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Gordon and I am a professional artist. I've been working in the games industry now for a couple of years. These reaction videos are kind of popular at the moment. You know, I've noticed a trend for them. So basically, we're going to talk about a really interesting subject today, which is PewDiePie. If you don't know who PewDiePie is, aka Felix, he is a Swedish YouTuber who made his fame through Let's Plays. Felix was one of the first. PewDiePie is his username on YouTube. At this point, I'm probably trying to tell you guys who PewDiePie is.
Stop it. Get some help.
Basically, he's learning to draw.
What? What the fuck?
This is the world we live in right now. He is learning, which is fantastic in my eyes. I really am totally here for it because it also shows just how accessible art is and how it really isn't as hard as people are making it out to be. But those people are mostly AI artists, and yeah, that's the whole thing now, isn't it? Felix has been drawing. His first video, which we aren't reacting to, this is the second video that he's made. The first one was I drew for, I think it was 30 days, and he, from day 0 to day 30, gained an amazing amount of just momentum and like ability. I was really impressed. So the second video is he's now been drawing for close to 4 months. The results are quite mind-blowing. Honestly, it's, you know, people learn to draw every day, you know, get discouraged and then put the pencil down. Like, I think what's impressive the most is the consistency. Just the fact that he is continuing to draw all the way through this and just make more and more stuff. Especially now, because in the first 30 days, he was doing maybe 10 minutes a day when he had time. Now he's drawing for like an hour or 2 at night. So we're going to react to the video. We're going to talk about it a little bit, my feelings and thoughts. Someone who has spent his career making art and getting paid to do it, but also someone who has learned to draw. If you don't know, at the moment I'm doing mostly 3D art and getting paid to do that. But the dream initially was always to do concept art or concept design, illustration, which I would still have to go back to at one point. So yeah, this is a really interesting video for me also. So yeah, let's react to it. Let's have a look.
Drawing. It's hard. Here's a picture I drew when I was 7 years old. It's me and my dad showering. What's the problem? I know what you're thinking. Endless potential in this young artist. The truth is, I always liked drawing. I just never practiced it. So in my last video, I decided to try and practice drawing every day for 30 days. And I realized this is amazing. I'm having so much fun. And
Key, absolutely key there, 100%. Keeping the fun in it, making sure that you are enjoying what you're doing is the biggest thing you have to hold on to when you start drawing. Because if you lose the fun and it becomes unfun, that is when you probably will stop. You have to keep making it fun, which is what he's doing, and I'll explain through the video why he's keeping it fun and why that's also important.
could compare the result when I started to after 30 days, and it was a big difference. So it really made me motivated to keep going, and especially with everyone in the comments being so supportive.
Yeah.
Therefore, I continued, and we're at day 100.
Yep.
I drew every day for 100 days. So let's look at the result. Did we have the same kind of improvement, or have I peaked? Let's check it out.
Also love the fact that he's just buying random, like, what I'd consider probably like either hobbyist or kid sketchbooks. The medium really doesn't matter when you start out. Just learn to draw on paper. Simple pieces of paper, pencils, pens. Don't overcomplicate it.
Here we are. I'm so excited because I purposely have not looked at these old ones as well, so we can hopefully experience this together.
Again, the initial drawings, really rough, really silly. He's learning. Like, 100% I'm behind this. Like, anybody who picks up a medium and has never used it, I would expect them to be like this. Producing stuff of this quality.
Just for reference, this is where I started off at day 0.
Yep, which is
and
awesome.
This is where we left off at day,
which is fantastic. I mean, look at it, especially the one I can kind of point here, up here. Okay, this one here, right here next to my window. Yeah, really well done. Like, genuinely, like, well done.
30. I really didn't like these. I bought these markers or pens to fill in.
Yeah.
I thought it would automatically make it better, but it was just really hard.
Yeah.
You know, 5 days after I'd done my video, I felt like I just lost.
Okay, so a couple of things to hit on here. First of all, as a person who absolutely loves stationery, who could spend an entire day shopping for stationery, pens, pencils, notepads, I cannot wait to go to Japan because, oh my god, I've heard the stationery across there is unbelievable. So I cannot wait for that. Your medium of choice will always dictate how well you progress in learning, because if the paper's too rough, if the pencils break too easily, you know, there's a bunch of things that can go wrong. Finding your tools is the hardest part, I think, of the initial learning process. So, but also this thing he's doing here, in the animation industry, they call it expression sheets. This is great. You know, a character with a bunch of expressions. What we can see here is something that he's exploring really early on, like characters expressing expressions. Fantastic. Love it.
Sort of what I had gained. Like, I was so mad about it, and I felt like a fraud. Like, oh, did I just trick everyone? Because I couldn't draw anymore.
Okay. A really important thing here. Really important. Come closer. What Felix is talking about is imposter syndrome. The man has been drawing for
A few months.
He already feels like he is an imposter, like he is not worthy of the title of artist. If you take anything away from this video, you will take this away. Please, God, listen to me. If you draw, if you paint, if you create something out of nothing, in the sense of you crochet, you make music, anything, you are an artist. Full stop. The only exception to that at the moment is AI art.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
Which at the moment does not really create new things. It takes other things, mixes them up and spits out a copy. That's a whole other conversation for a whole other video. But my take on that at the moment is that is not an art form in its current state. So yeah, if you draw like Felix is drawing on a piece of paper, you are an artist. Rick Rubin has a really good quote in his book, and I really should get the book, shouldn't I? I'm going to get the book. 2 seconds. Living life as an artist is a practice. You're either engaging in the practice or you're not. It makes no sense to say that you're not good at it. It's like saying, I'm not good at being a monk. You are either living as a monk or you are not. We tend to think of the artist's work as the output. The real work of the artist is a way of being in the world. Okay, so that quote is basically saying that if you practice art, you are an artist. Please, God, just take that one thing away from this, please.
Still, I kept going, and I tried to draw as much as I had time to do, and slowly gained back my momentum. I draw Momo here, because Marcette wanted me to, and she drew Momo as well. I added it to
Always
the
draw from reference. Always.
Oh yeah, so my favorite rhythm game is called Tunithum Sun, and they have these characters that are really interesting because they're so detailed.
Okay, these two pages, specifically I want to talk about these 2 pages. A fantastic way of keeping it fun is using your art to replicate something that you enjoy. So if he is trying to replicate the things he loves within those games, like the main characters, that's a great way to keep it fun. That is the key to keeping it fun. You spend however long during the day practicing the fundamentals, like how to draw heads, hands, people, all that kind of stuff, anatomy. But then at night or another day outside of your normal study time, you draw things that you enjoy.
And fun and weird. So I really like drawing these. And I feel like I got the proportions decent enough, which I couldn't do before. So yeah, I love drawing these. It's fun to try out different styles. I have not developed my own, and I'm just trying to draw different things that I see and like as much as possible. And that's what everyone told me as well. The best way to improve is draw from reference.
Yes, 100%. 150%. Always draw from reference. If you build a visual library in your head, always draw from reference.
And so I drew these super quick, and I felt like they were kind of fun and weird. Had a day. So sad, anime girl. Anyway, I finished the book.
Also, congratulations on finishing a sketchbook. I cannot tell you how many sketchbooks I have been through, how many just different things I have. Finishing sketchbooks is something that I've never done. It is an absolute shame of mine. I can't tell you how many sketchbooks I have started and never finished. Oh my God. Anyway.
I never thought I would. So I bought this new one at a local store and it was so shitty. Like the pages are so flimsy. And oh, what's this? New sponsor time. Time to get your wallet. G Fuel is launching a new year.
Can I just say, by the way, can I just say, the fact that he's using his ability he's learning to draw to then engage with his audience to do a sponsor segment is chef's kiss. I absolutely adore this. It is fantastic.
New You campaign. What are your goals for 2024? Maybe you want to get swole.
He's having fun with it. He's having fun with the medium.
We'll go through this quickly. I started drawing more realistic, less anime, and
Okay, so yeah, again, we'll see the transition here of when he starts to draw more realistic stuff and how the stuff doesn't look as engaging as the anime stuff, but it's mostly again because he's drawing from human reference, which is a lot harder.
I drew this one, and my god, I was so proud of it. I loved it so.
It's still good, even though, like, yeah, it's not as on point as the anime stuff. It's still really well done. Really, and it's an interesting angle also. You know,
so much. I couldn't believe I drew it, and I felt like, yes, I did it. I drew something I liked. Finally. It was also kind of a blessing and a curse because I would always compare whatever I drew to the best thing I felt like I.
100%. That happens. Oh my god. The fact that he's hitting so many traditional tropes of an artist, like imposter syndrome, only as good as your last piece, like this is stuff people live with, and you don't realize it until you start doing this stuff consistently or for a living. That yeah, you feel like an imposter. You feel like your work's never good enough, and that the last piece you done that was amazing, everything has to live up to that. Oh.
True. And it made me really hate a lot of stuff that I drew.
The fact that he's also scoring through his drawings, I kind of hate that because I'd done that early on in my career where you score through the stuff you don't like. He also does something which I don't like as well, which is tearing out pages and putting them in the bin. Oh my god.
Drew that I don't think was that bad. I don't know. Just drawing random stuff I find online on Pinterest and Google. God damn it!
I don't know why he hates these things. They're good. He's learning. He's drawing things like, oh my god.
I think I was having a bad day. Fucking hated it. Always
These are good. These are genuinely good. I don't know why he doesn't like them.
comparing. No, I don't.
Okay, also, I will also mention this, that it is good to have standards. If you have artistic integrity and the fact that you have a standard you want to hit, that is a good thing. I mean, it will lead to perfectionism, which is dangerous, but it's good that at least he's trying to like raise the bar each time he learns. I will say that much.
Didn't have time to draw that day. Interesting, because I don't remember why. Maybe it was because I was just doing so bad. Who knows? It's interesting because now I look at this and I can immediately tell just like what's way off. Where the head is too small. It's not really balanced. It's the sort of stuff you automatically pick up when you draw. Yeah, and the eye is way too high up in comparison. You can see here.
I mean, it's excellent that he's picking this stuff up. Fantastic, honestly. Like, it's things like this people can actually go years and never notice. Like, some people I know who work professionally who still have trouble with faces and eyes. Like, it's something you will struggle with. The human face has a lot of moving parts. It's a complex thing to draw.
Here. But anyway, it's kind of fun to go through these, to be honest. Spend more time on some than others, I guess. I think 57 was a good day.
Yeah, stuff's good.
Maybe not.
I guess
oh
good.
yeah, so I drew with no reference because everyone, like I said, everyone said draw with reference. That's the best way to improve.
Also, yeah, as a good practice, an extremely good practice where you will draw with reference for a set amount of time and then you'll try and draw without reference but trying to recall the reference. That's also a great thing to train your brain in a sense, like you're trying to recall things that you learned. Like, you know, like studying in a book and then putting the book away and trying to recall the information in your head. The same can be applied to drawing. Like, draw with reference, draw as much from real life as you can, then put the reference away, don't look at things, and then try and replicate it in your sketchbook. It's a very good practice.
To study other forms and shapes. So I wanted to draw without just to sort of see if I was improving, and definitely felt like I had. So even though the eyes are too far apart, but hey, you can also draw way quicker now as well. But yeah.
Okay, I want to take a minute just to talk about that. He talks about drawing way quicker because he's getting used to drawing because he's drawing daily. Great, fantastic. But don't make the speed the main thing you're aiming for. You will in time get quicker, of course, from drawing. But speed is not as important as accuracy. You want to be more accurate than you are quick. So don't draw just to be quick. Make sure you're drawing for accuracy all the time. If it takes you 7 hours to draw one head, even though that is extreme, it would be better to take the 7 hours and learn how to draw the head properly than to rush it and it looks bad. The longer you take and the more focused you are, the speed will develop naturally as you get better, and also as you train your eye to read forms.
I sort of plowed through this book. So I bought this really big one, like a proper art book.
Yeah, level up straight away. Like, yeah, buy an A3 and an A4 sketchbook. You'll have a lot more room to draw things.
Instead of a sketchbook. And I tore off the first 2 pages because the paper was so smooth and I wasn't used to it and it was just so difficult. So no one will know what I drew. But
yeah, I kind of hate that he's tearing up his pages and throwing them out. But anyway.
I could actually fit a lot more into one page, which I think was really fun.
These are great also. Like this whole page. Like, applause. Like fantastic. Well done, Felix. Seriously. Like, at this point, if he's drawing this well, like, it's great. It's fantastic. There's nothing more I can say. Well done.
To just look at. Yes, I draw cat girls. Don't judge me. So I
I'm
tried
not
to do
judging at
one.
all. Dude, there's people who make livings, like a whole entire professional living of drawing, naked women.
Sort of page per day, which I really like doing. Try to commit to a more full
Excellent. Well done. Fantastic. Love it.
body, different manga and stuff like that. You can see how many attempts it took me to actually draw something.
It's the frustration of drawing. You will erase a lot, which is why you really should go for a kneaded eraser. Because, yeah.
I was happy with. I feel like you draw one thing you like that will cost you 10 things you hate.
Again, but that's the thing with consistency. Is you have to do it consistently for years to get those bad drawings out. So you then consistently will make better drawings.
I think I used myself as reference for some of these. I know that's kind of weird. I just needed the pose.
It's not weird. It's not weird. Oh my god, it's not weird. It's not weird at all. It's not weird. It is 100% normal. I have so many people I know, so many friends I know who draw professional illustrations for things like Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, and they make their own poses. They don't buy pose packs. They sit in front of their camera or in front of their phone camera and they take a picture and use it for reference, or they get their partner to act out some, elaborate fantasy scene holding an axe, and then they draw. Reference, so important, 100% so important. But what he's doing here is like an A-list move. He's already doing things that professional artists do.
That I wanted to draw. Yeah, and that one too. I don't want to be an anime girl. I just need the reference. Oh yeah, this one in the middle is Marzia. I drew it super quick. I asked her to pose for me. Kind of bad, but it's fun.
No, it's not.
Here we go. So
Okay, so the next section, yeah, this is going to get quite involved. The jump he makes here, because I have watched this video before, obviously. Like, I'm not reacting in live time, but like, it's spectacular. It's really special.
I borrowed one of Marcia's pens, the green one. It was really bad in the beginning, but I used the other end of it, and I think it was just too strong. I never used a marker before, so I wasn't sure how to do it. So
okay, so another quick thing here. Because he's in Japan, he'll have access to these premium materials. Again, I love stationery. Totally love it. I don't know why he's not buying Copics, though. He maybe is trying to buy something of an off-brand. I don't know who this Shosai is. I'm assuming there might be a Copics kind of rival. But Copic pens are some of the best you can buy for marking if you want to actually draw with markers. They are hella expensive in the West because you have to obviously import them from Japan. But if you're in Japan and you can buy Copics, please buy Copics because they are like the best. You can replace the nibs, you can replace the ink. They will last you an entire lifetime. These might be similar. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about these brand. But like, if he can get access to Copic pens, please, Felix, go and buy Copics. Copic. Copic pens. They are the best. I have some somewhere here. But like, yeah, Copic pens. Wave of the future.
well, I bought my own markers just to kind of try it out, and obviously it takes more time to color stuff, but I really enjoyed doing it, and it sort of makes them come to life more. And I was
just going through and see it. All the pages he's torn out of his sketchbook. It's so sad. Please don't tear out your... Oh, God. It just seems like such a waste sometimes, like just tearing out your sketchbook pages. There's a really great story about Peter Chan, who is an artist at Double Fine, who worked on all the classic point-and-click adventure games, where He talked about his dad.
I did a lot of drawing on my own, you know, self-taught. I would draw, when I was little, I would draw on paper, and then if I didn't like something, I would crumple it up and throw it away. And I remember my father said to me, now if you just slide your drawings into the garbage can and without crumpling it up, you would fit more drawings in the garbage bin. Not knowing that he was going through it later and pulling out the ones he liked, because after he passed away, I found a folder that was labeled Peter, and I found my old Star Wars drawings. If he didn't do that, I wouldn't have any drawings, because I don't really keep my stuff.
Like, such a touching story, because you will look back one day. You will look back one day on the stuff you made and realize, you know, I wasn't great once, but I was trying, I was learning. You should never really compare yourself to other people, because comparison is the thief of joy. If you compare yourself to an older version of yourself, it is interesting to see how far you've come. When you turn around and look back and see how far you've walked, it seems like years ago that I made the decision to leave my job and go and pursue my dream of working in games, and now I've achieved it. And to think how well the podcast has done, how much I'm helping people like students and stuff find their place in the world. It's incredible. It's incredible to see how far I've come, and I really love that I get to help people every day. It's fantastic. Please don't throw out your drawings. Like, keep those books, even just one of them, so at least you can look back in years to come and remember where you started.
Trying out different things. Sometimes it doesn't work. I drew that one, but I was too scared to actually commit to coloring it because I thought I would ruin it. I spent one day.
Oh my god, the whole thing of like ruining things with color as well. It's such a thing.
Trying to do green, then another doing blue, and I try to not waste much time coloring, but then they get really sloppy and bad, so it's difficult. I did
I love how even the fact that she's doing like whole pages in one color. It's incredible. I love this.
yellow, which I really love. I was trying out different methods of sort of how to make it
this
interesting.
next page is going to blow my mind.
Red and salmon. I wanted to go through every color I had.
These are really
I didn't
good.
have that many anyway.
They're really good.
I drew this one and I did it so slow, so I really tried on this.
Damn! This one, this image, the first time I saw this, I was like, you are f***ing kidding me. Someone would pay money for this at a Comic-Con. Like, that's really well done. That's really well done. Oh
this one. It's quite cute. I like it.
It is. It's
it reminds
really
me
well
of an
done.
anime I watched when I was way younger. I don't remember. It was like a redhead girl with a samurai sword. Did a purple one.
Great.
These are very anime drawings.
Yeah,
you know what
fine.
I mean?
It's totally fine.
But it's fun to see it in front of you.
Yeah.
This is my fortune for the year. I got Daikichi, the best fortune. So prosperity and wealth to me.
Yeah, it's all coming up Millhouse for Felix here.
Oh my god! Wow!
Yeah, fantastic.
This year. Thank you very much. Too scared to color this one.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, this one. This one. This. Oh my god. Okay, so what you have to understand is it's not the fact that like it's good in the sense that like obviously I've worked with people and seen people draw far better, but for him to come this far in such a short time, that's what's impressive. The fact that I think this is only about 70-ish days in, so a couple of months, maybe not even 3 months in, this is very impressive. This is very this use of colour, the tone, the anatomy, the way he's drawn, the way he's figuring out a character. This is really well done. Exceptional work. The fact he even has a colour palette in the top right that he's using to keep track of the colours that he's putting on her.
Oh, my new favorite. I love this one. This is on day 84. This is nice to look at.
84, so you're talking less than 3 months.
40 days to feel like I drew something I liked again.
Yep, that'll happen.
I feel like there's definitely an improvement. I can see it already, but it just took me so many tries. And I was trying different. Anytime the head is shaped differently, it's like a whole different ball game.
Yeah, 100%. This is an artist trope thing where, like, yeah, difficult angles are difficult
if you're not used to it. So I drew from the side for the first time, and as you can see, it took a lot of tries. But I got there, okay? there was a painting here. I felt like I just needed more practice with different angle of the head, so I try to do as much as possible. Yeah, different styles of coloring. It's a shame it bleeds through the coloring.
I mean, it's something you just love with a lot of these markers.
I tried, I just wasn't happy with it. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Too scared to color it. Don't ask me what happened here. Still really struggling to be consistent with the different angles of the face. Messed up the eye.
Again,
I
he's
remember
learning.
liking this one.
He's learning. And also, this is 100%. This is the thing as well. Like, again, this is me almost talking to myself at this point. But like, sketchbooks are meant to be places where you fail. They're meant to be places where you experiment, where you try things for the first time, where you're not sure what you're doing, where every page is an adventure and exploration and something you want to learn. Sketchbooks should not be pristine, perfect pages with single illustrations that are incredible. They are places to make mess. You draw as much as humanly possible. You fill the pages, you throw shit on them and hope it sticks. 100%. This is what a sketchbook should be. It's a learning area. It is a place for you to go and learn.
Started drawing sad anime girls and Chainsaw Man. I love that. Power and what's her name? Kobeni-chan are so expressive. If you know this scene, you know, I remember reading it and I was like, I have to draw that. I think it was a bit sloppy, but it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Done a better job, but hey. So for day 98, I wanted to draw with you guys, so we'll do that now. So yeah, I realized I never actually drawn anything and recorded it before, so it was a bit weird, but this is how I do it. I bet it's wrong.
Just point a camera at your sketchbook and draw. There's no real wrong or right way to do it.
Clearly, because I like to do the eyes first, just because they're the most important, and at least the placement of them. Then I sort of try and figure out where the chin is going to end up in relation to everything else. And that does not look right. For me as a beginner, this process takes me the most time, but I also think...
Again, I think what he's doing here is he's going off of instinct and like, I think the eyes are here, therefore the nose is here, therefore the chin is here, which is totally fine. It's a great way of drawing. Most people who draw characters take it super seriously, like they really want to like absolutely nail it 100%. They use the Andrew Loomis method. So Loomis was an illustrator way back in the day, I think in the early 1900s. He basically worked out that there is like a mathematic formula for drawing the head. Like the head, I think Drawing the Head and Hands is one of his books that most people quote and reference. He breaks down like mathematically, like, you know, the head should be here, then the ear is specifically here, so many centimeters from here, or if you draw a line and then these two meet, this is where the nose is. So if you want to get really good at drawing heads, like 100% want to absolutely nail it, Andrew Loomis is the place to look into that, because he has invented the method and no one has ever bettered it. So basically, yeah, you learn from Andrew Loomis. Although everybody's different, you know, some people will say that Loomis is the best, some people will say that Loomis isn't as good. There's different people who teach you better, but he's one of the most popular. So yeah, but for anime stuff, it's different because anime doesn't rely on traditional things like head placement and head curvature, you know, because they're cartoons, so they're not real life. So it's a totally different method. But anyway,
it's the most important. The chin is so difficult. It all has to work. I actually decided to change the eyes. I don't remember why. Just felt like they were a bit too messy. So I colored in with the pen, added these little frog characters. Now we can erase the scribbles, which makes it look really empty.
I know, I hate that part when like you draw a sketch and then you do the line work, like the inking, and then you erase the pencils. It always looks so shit. I like the drawn look. I like the idea. Like one of my favorite artists is Eliza Evnova, and the way she does her books and art books and drawings, the process is in the illustration. Like you can see the lines she's used to create the figure, but she keeps them in. It's one thing I absolutely love about the process of drawing is like the method of drawing and the way people create these things is almost more impressive than the final result. Because as an artist, what you have to fall in love with as an artist is the process. The process is the most important point. It's never the end result. It's always how you get to that part, how you get to the end result. What is the process you follow? That is the craft. That's the essence of being an artist, is where you create. That is the being, the soul of what you do. I'm getting really, deep here, but anyway, you get my point.
I wanted to make the hair gray, but I didn't really have many colors, so it was hard to make it work. I tried my best. I feel like the more different tones and shades, the more alive it looks, so I wasn't planning to go this dark, but here we are. Face is always scary, in my opinion. And then once I'm done coloring, I like to fill in more with the mark. I don't know what to call it. The pen? The black pen? Just to give it some more something. I wasn't sure whether to commit on the frogs, but I did.
Even the fact he's doing the shading on the neckline, like for the black, it's really good, really well done.
Anyway. Why not? So I colored in the frogs on her as well. It actually looks nice. I added this circle to make it more interesting, but I don't know if it was the best idea, to be honest. But this is the result. 99, I felt like I could finally more consistently draw.
That also, just caveat on the thing you drew, it was incredible, really well done.
Different face angles. It didn't take me 600 tries, as you can tell by the lack of eraser in comparison, at least. And then on day 100, I just wanted to draw again with you guys a little bit of Chainsaw Man, because I love these characters and I think they're so fun to draw. I feel like what I draw usually is not as good as the reference, but hey, it's still fun to look at it.
I mean, it's pretty accurate. Yeah, like it's.
I love this character so much.
Yeah, like
this
his stuff
so
is good.
funny.
If anybody was drawn at this level and they were an amateur, I would say well done. Like, yeah, fantastic.
Best girl, easily. So yeah, that concludes my 100-day drawing challenge. I owe a huge thanks to you guys for being so supportive. One of the main reasons I actually decided to keep going, because I wasn't planning to do it. I remember asking Marge to say,
that's one of the scarier things, is like in the timeline where Felix chose to stop drawing, what would have happened. I don't want him to ever stop. I really don't. There's another YouTuber that I follow called Dish. She's also a streamer, but she started a whole YouTube process of becoming an artist, and she made updates like every other month. I think she stopped updating now. She made like 4 or 5 videos and she's basically not made any more. But I was really confident in the first video she made where she was like, I'm gonna learn to draw and I'm gonna learn how to be an artist. And I was like, fantastic, fucking great. I was giving her tips in the comments. I was trying to point her towards different websites and stuff to use, and she just gave up because she overthinks things way too much, and means that she gets really in her head about like what I should be learning and how I should be drawing. I think Felix has kind of nailed it in the sense that he's not publicly making vlogs about it. He's not really putting too much pressure on himself, and he's doing a lot of the work beforehand and then showing it, rather than like showing constantly. He's like, I'm going to make a bunch of work and then walk you through what I've done, which I think is a way better method. Dish, if you're out there and watching this, please get back into drawing. I would love you, to make art again. But Felix right now is making great strides.
yeah, like, am I just embarrassing myself uploading this video?
No, 100% not. Everybody is super impressed with your work. Please keep doing it.
Like, but everyone was so nice. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm fishing for compliments, but thank you. When I started going to the gym like 7 years ago, I was not in shape at all. But I remember thinking after
I've also seen the pictures of Felix without his top on recently. Wow. Anyway, yeah, 100%. People will think that when you start learning to draw, like it happens instantaneously, that you'll get better. But it's the same with working out. Like, you don't know what you're doing initially, but you build momentum and you will see results because consistency breeds results. Yeah.
I'd done it, I was like, well, I've done it once. So this is where I was at 30 days, and this is where we're at now. Maybe you can't tell a massive difference, but I can tell a massive difference.
Yeah, I can 100% tell a difference. Here you are an amateur. Here you're not an amateur. You're a hobbyist. You're leveling up. Okay, so that's the bulk of like Felix's upload. 100%, I'm impressed. Like really, really seriously well done. Like the results again that he has managed to get in 90 days of drawing, which is like a couple of months. Or is it 100 days? 100 days of drawing. He's doing really well. He's setting an example that you can consistently, with trying and patience, get better at something. Even if he doesn't want to, professionally work in the industry or make professional illustrations or get paid to do it. He doesn't need to this point. He has like more money than God. Yeah, like the whole format of him moving to Japan and changing to the vlog style, like learning to draw. I love this timeline. Like whatever timeline Felix is following right now, please keep down this road. It's fantastic. To anyone who wants to get into drawing, there are several resources you could use. One of them, obviously, that I always recommend is Artwod. That's Art, A-R-T, Wod, W-O-D, which stands for Art Workout of the Day. My friend Antonio has made a program where he's combined his love of CrossFit and getting fit with drawing, where he will methodically walk you through daily and weekly what to draw, how to draw, and when to draw. Like he's made an entire workout program on learning to draw. It's incredible. I'll leave the link to his website below, of course, because he is incredible in the systems. Anyway, yeah, there is many resources. There's Discord groups. There's, if you want to learn to draw, the resources are there. The biggest thing I kind of hate right now with AI bros, and this is a bit of a rant, but hear me out, is the whole artists gatekeep art.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
The discussion on social media about this video and these two videos has been bringing up AI and how there's people who say like, don't gatekeep art. This is proof, right? Like this book and that pencil.
Like who's gatekeeping?
No one's gatekeeping art. It's the only person gatekeeping art is yourself and keeping yourself from attempting it because of your ego.
That's the thing that says that, you're gatekeeping art, you're holding your art back and not letting us have access to it. No, we're not letting you have access to the stuff we've worked on, but you can easily get into art. We've not made that, nothing's gatekept there, because they act like we are secret keepers of the whole thing of, making art and learning how to draw. We're keeping that secret. We're not letting people. The whole reason that I was able to learn art and get into the industry was because at the time when I was coming up, there was a revolution, an absolute revolution, a movement of concept artists and 3D artists in the game industry, having worked about 10 years in the industry at that point, coming out and making tutorials and reference packs and YouTube videos for free. There is so much free content online on how you can become a 3D modeler, a 3D artist, a 2D artist, a character illustrator. There are so many. I could list channels and channels and channels of people who have made free content on how to become an artist. Nothing is stopping you from becoming an artist but yourself. The only person who's standing in the way is you. Now, I'm talking to myself here as well because I suffer from it like everybody else, imposter syndrome and, the struggle of learning art. But when people see that we as artists are gatekeeping, like the reason I started this podcast channel in general was to allow people who are amateurs like me to listen to super high level people from Sony Santa Monica, people like Scott Robertson, listen to them talk about their experience and how they got into art, so it would help other people. That's the whole reason I started this channel, because I wanted to help other people just like me. Art is not gatekept in any way, shape or form, and Felix is living proof of this. I honestly could kiss the guy for having done this, because he is showing people how accessible art is. It's super accessible. You need a pencil, a piece of paper. That's it. That's all you need to be an artist, is just a piece of paper and a pencil. You don't need Photoshop. You don't need a $1,000 Apple tablet, Apple iPad with Procreate on it. You just need a piece of paper and a pencil. That's all you need. So yeah, like, please make art in any way, shape or form. Anyway, okay. So thank you for watching this video. If you've got all the way to the end, again, this was a bit more longer format for a reaction video, but I did want to try and talk about it. I felt like it was important enough that it needed to have some kind of reference of me talking about it. And yeah, if you want to check out more of my channel, like I just talked about, we have hundreds of videos on demonstrations and artists talking about their career from multiple places all over the world. Sony Santa Monica, Japanese studios, American studios, European studios. We've had a lot of people on recently, especially guys like Steven Zapata and Ahmed Aldori. Like people who are at the top of their field. check out my channel, check out the reviews, check out my other reaction videos. I've done one on reacting to the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. And yeah, if you haven't already, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for checking it out, and see you later. Bye guys.